So our guest today is Jessica Ross. Like I said, she's a model, she's an actress, she's a TV host, and she's also a publicist and my publicist. I thought I would go, before we get into Jessica, I would go over how I got a publicist in the first place and how I stumbled upon getting Jessica in the long run. Back in 2014, I was working a farm, and no, it was a county fair. It was a county fair.
Yeah.
I just remember it was outside and hot. I thought it was a farm.
It wasn't a farm.
And I was doing magic, and they also had another guy at a county fair doing magic shows and like animal demonstrations, and he had like a petting zoo menagerie. And I got to know him, and he said he worked on season 1 of Carbonaro. And we became good friends, and when he saw my show, he was just blown away. He thought my show was awesome. And during that week at that county fair, he found out that they were actually going to have season 2 of Carbonaro. They liked it so much, they ordered another season right away. Well, this guy already had contracts to be on the road, and he asked if he thought I could fill his place just for that season.
Yeah.
And we were like, heck yeah. And it wasn't just that he met us, saw our show. I mean, we stayed there from 8 o'clock at night till 2 in the morning every single night after our shows. We would get there early. We'd go to shows, come back, hang out with him. We spent a lot of time with him that week.
Yeah, we really got to know him. And Lana loved him because he had a monkey, and she loved his monkey.
But anyway, he got us a job on Carbonaro Effect, and we busted our butt on Carbonaro. We were not only animal trainers, but also magic consultants on the show. And everybody on set was commenting on how hard we were working. And our last day of set, some lady came up to us and said, hey, if you ever are in need of a publicist, let me know. Here's my card. I know what you're doing. I like what you're doing. And I checked out your stuff. You're a step ahead of half the people that I have approach me all the time. And I think this is awesome. So we're driving home from Atlanta like, yeah, we got a publicist. We thought we were something.
We were all excited.
And she was awesome. She was a really great lady. I don't know. It was a part-time job for her. But somehow she knew everybody, from Paula Deen to country singers to local politicians and even like national politicians. She had her finger in so many pies, it didn't make sense. And but over time, we were growing, and she was also growing with her other jobs. And over time, it just became too demanding to do both. So we ended up losing her, which I felt like I was breaking up from a girlfriend. It was because we'd talk on the phone for hours, like I do with Jessica. We'd talk on the phone and go over stuff. And then, like a month later, I went on a radio show, and it was Wendy Edwards, and we were promoting probably one of our 24-hour magic shows that we did for the Children's Miracle Network.
Probably.
Where I do 24-hour magic shows to raise money for the kids at Christmas time. And during the conversation, I told her that, I would love to have a publicist. You know, I'm trying to do all this stuff myself. This event is just wearing me out. I have to do press releases. I have to do this. Plus I have to do radio. Plus I have to do this. Man, if I only had a publicist. And she said, well, that's my part-time job. I own a PR company. And
she loved doing it and helping people out. She also did like social media stuff as well, which we didn't need, but we took the publicist aspect and ran with it. And
we did a lot of cool things together with Wendy. Wendy's awesome. Wendy's still a friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing with Wendy, she has a big heart, and her daughter was going off to college, and she wanted to be a foster mom.
Yep.
And when she got in the system, the first case they gave her was 4 in desperate need kids, 4 kids that were coming from a not good home, maybe abuse, something horrible.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to split up the kids, so she took all 4 in.
And these were young kids. They were like, I don't know, 6 and younger, 4 kids, 6 and younger,
and
or 7 and younger, something like that. They're young.
And what happened was she just taking care of all these kids and everything about these kids. She just didn't have time to be a publicist anymore. So
yeah,
fell off, and then here comes Jessica. Natalie and I are doing. I remember when I met you, Jessica. It was summertime.
Yeah.
Natalie was teaching Lana after one of our shows at like a library show.
It was a library.
And we were just hanging out afterwards, and I was scrolling through social media, and I saw you had wrote back to me. And we were in the middle of 183 shows, June through August, and I was so overwhelmed, and I was like, please, I need you. When can you start? So...
That's why, I mean, it was so long ago.
How long ago has it been? I don't even know. It's all a blur. Is it 2 or 3 years?
7 years, and it's like, I know, you never know if you're going to be on social media. It's so funny. Whenever I'm traveling or waiting in line is when I go through all my messages. And it's interesting because I've met friends and clients and so many contacts. I'm telling you, just by, I'm like, on a flight, and I'm like, okay, I have 5 hours to kill, and I'm, reading 200 messages on LinkedIn or Facebook. And that's what I really love so much about the power of social media and how many connections and how many incredible people I've met. And now I've learned, I try to be really diligent from checking my spam folders, looking at my messages on Instagram, Facebook, and really just trying to just be really thorough and detail oriented, because like I said, there's so many opportunities and so many great connections that are possible.
Well, I mean, finding you on LinkedIn, that was crazy, because we're in Virginia and Jessica's in LA, and we're trying to pitch 2 television shows at the same time. And I'm like, well, she's got a toehold in that area. She can help out there. We can do stuff here. She can send us to New York if we need. So we got the country between us. We got the country divided here.
Wow, that's amazing. And I know once I had over like 13 or 14,000 friends on LinkedIn, I really started getting messages, from all over the world. And I think that's really great how it works for them. The more followers you have, I guess, the more you come up in people's searches. So that's something I guess is important, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, is to have as many followers as possible, because then your name shows up when people are searching for an actor, publicist, or whatever it is that you do.
See, there you go. People listen to this. My magician friends, they're getting tips from my publicist, and this is free. They don't have to pay for this.